Welcome to Mountain Fishing Adventures. My name is Sergeant Ron, and today I'm going to show you where a lot of my adventures start, guys. It's right here at the fly tying table. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys to tie one of the flies I'm going to end up using tomorrow out there on the water. So saddle up and let's go ahead and learn this, and then we'll take it out tomorrow and see if we can't catch a few fish on it. Okay guys, so what we're going to start with first is a nice hook. So this is the jig hook made by Fulling Mill. It's a size 18. So let's go ahead and grab one of those. And we'll also use a size 2.4 copper bead. So let's go ahead and get that put on there and get that put in the vise here. There we go. Let's go ahead and move it down a little bit. There it is. Okay guys, we're going to go ahead and start by just doing a couple of thread wraps to start. Let's go ahead and secure that bead on there a little bit, plus also get your thread started. Go ahead and let that hang, cut off that excess right there. And then we're going to go ahead and continue on wrapping to close to the bend of the hook. Okay, so what we're doing today is kind of my take on a waltz worm. All right, so I mean, there's so many different variations and stuff like that, but this is my take on it. So it's almost like it's like a waltz worm mixed with a little bit of tail and stuff like that. But you'll get to see the gist of it. So let's continue on here. As we got it wrapped, we're going to go ahead and start with the tail first. Okay, so there's a lot of ways to do this. You can use natural hairs, you can use synthetic hair, or anything like that, just to give yourself a little bit of a tail. Now I do like to cheat a little bit by actually using a makeup brush, guys. I got myself just a makeup brush here. I've got quite a few of them. You know, it's got I don't have to clean the hairs or anything like that. It's already clean. They're already stacked. So what I do is I just take this nice makeup brush right here and pull off a few hairs. Just kind of get them about what I want here. Okay, and then go ahead and cut them off there. And then you just get yourself a few clumps, like a little clump like that right there. Okay. And just kind of, so it looks just like that, right? I can actually thin this out a little bit more. We don't need nearly that many. So we're going to use just a few hairs, maybe, maybe 7 hairs, maybe. Okay, and then we're going to just lay that on top of there. What we're trying to do is we're trying to get the distance even with the hook shank. So the back of the hair here, even with the hook shank, and that's what we're trying to set aside. So just grab that in your fingers, pinch the hairs, put it where you need it to do, and just give it a nice little wrap real quick. There you go, maybe 2 wraps like that, and it'll hold it into place for you. Okay, you see what I'm saying there? So then go ahead and grab the end of the hair, and you can pull it just a slight bit, kind of move it where you want to, and then go ahead and continue wrapping those hairs down. And just kind of work your way up towards the head. And then once you get up there, you can go ahead and snip off all them extra hairs and fibers and stuff like that by the head. So you just go ahead and clean that up real quick. There we go. Okay. So then just continue on up to the front of the top of the head. Okay, now once you get that done, we're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of wire. Okay, so a little bit of, I'm using red today. You can use copper, silver, really whatever you think is going to attract the best. So just go ahead and insert that, put that right in there, and then work back towards the tail, back towards those fibers you put in earlier. And all you're doing is just kind of just making sure that you can just overlapping wraps, kind of one right next to the other. And then you're going to stop like that. Okay. Just let that just string back there a little bit. It's not going to hurt nothing. We're going to use that later. But you have to tie it in now. Okay, so the next thing is I'm going to grab myself some dubbing. The Fulling Mill olive brown dubbing here is one of my favorites, really. It's UV, so when light hits it, it will actually glow and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that, pull this line out a little bit here, and then just take us a little bit of, you don't need much, just a little bit like that right there. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and just twist that on that on that line. Twist a little bit on that line. Might get a little bit more here. Okay. Now we got that. We're going to go ahead and start at the back of the fly and work your way towards the head. And what you're trying to do is actually get one wrap right in front of the other. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so I got a little bit extra. Just go ahead and pick that off there. It's not that big a deal, you know. Give yourself one extra wrap here. Call that good. Now, this is where that wire comes into play. We're going to go ahead and take that wire, and we wrapped this way. So now we're going to take that wire and go the opposite direction with overlapping wraps, just kind of evenly spaced, towards the head of the fly. And then get up towards the head of the fly. Go ahead and make 2 wraps in front, 2 wraps in behind. Do 1 more in front, 1 more in behind. And then you can go ahead and or go ahead and snip it. It's up to you. It works either way. It's dealer's choice at this point, guys. It's dealer's choice. We're going to reach in here and we're going to grab us some Fulling Mill CDC feathers. So all we need really is one. Need 1 good feather. And we're going to tie this feather in right up by the head of the fly. So just prep your feather, get it looking decent. Go ahead and put it up there by the head of the fly and go just behind the hook bend. So it's just behind the actual hook. Just a little bit longer than that. Okay. So go ahead and put that there. Hold that down. Give it a couple wraps. Okay. 2, 3, maybe 4 wraps. Okay. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to double back on itself like this. Okay, so I'm pulling the thicker part of the feather. I'm bringing it back towards the tail. And I'm going to hold that there. And I'm going to give it a couple more wraps. Okay, so what that does is it actually locks that feather in. And then I'm going to take that feather, I'm going to snip it off. Just like so. So now it's just sitting there almost like a little rooster tail. Okay, and then I will take my whip finisher and I'm going to go ahead and whip finish right behind the head of the fly, just like so. And then go ahead and snip that off nice and close. Get myself some UV clear fly finish. Go ahead and dab that on there. Turn that fly a little bit, dab a little bit more. So I'm not using a lot here. All I'm doing is just kind of getting that thread wet. Okay, so now that that thread's wet, we'll go ahead and cure that. It's cured by a black light. So go ahead and cure that. All right. And then we'll take a look at it real quick, trim up what we got to trim up. And that fly right there, guys, it does wonders for me. It catches a lot of fish for me right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and take this fly tomorrow. And we're going to go out there and we're going to use this and we're going to see what happens. I will see you guys on the water tomorrow. All right, we're back in action. So where we're at today is we're out here, the distance between Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. It's called the Spur. Okay, that's what all the locals call it and stuff. It's a stock trout, so they're all stock trout here. I mean, there probably is some natives too, but for the most part, they're pretty much all stock trout. And they stock them every Thursday. Now, when they put them in on Thursday, you can't fish, but on Friday you can. Well, these are like green fish. They've never seen baits or anything like that, or flies or anything. So a lot of people, they like to come out on Friday and they just wear them out, guys. I'm talking like they just go through them. And this time of year you can keep fish if you want to, but man, they just go through them real fast. So to come out and do some fly fishing or something like that in this area, I'm not saying it can't be successful, but you can. But it does make it a little bit more difficult because of all the people that are using live bait, and they're using so artificial, has no scent or nothing like that. So when you're using artificial flies and stuff like that, the fish and stuff, they prefer that live bait, because they've been stocked, and that's all they've been fed is something that smells good and it tastes good, and so it takes a few days. Now they learn quickly. Don't get me wrong. These fish, they learn super fast on what tastes good and what doesn't. So when you put them out here, within a week, they are strictly eating. They love to eat flies, and they'll still eat bait, but they really don't like artificial stuff. Like it really has to mimic bait if they're going to eat it. So flies are one of their natural things that they eat, and it's ingrained in them to eat this. But it's definitely not real. I always fish barbless hooks when I'm out, because it's easier for me to take the hook out of the fish's mouth, and everybody's all worried about losing fish and stuff like that. If I hook 20 fish, I might only lose one. So is it really going to hurt me to lose a fish every now and then? No, it ain't gonna hurt me one bit. It is what it is. Price of doing business, that's what I say. When it comes to fishing, it's price of doing business. So my wife had me and her went out this morning. We got our coffee and stuff. We like to set aside one day where we can just, me and her, go out, get coffee, talk about our week and stuff like that. And we really enjoy doing it. But today I was like, we went out, got our coffee and stuff, and And when we went out, had our lunch and whatnot, and she says, "What are you going to do for the rest of the day?" "I might just stay at home and relax, maybe clean up the house a little bit." And I said, "Well, if you're going to clean the house and stay home, I need to go out and do me some fishing." And she says, "All right, well, have a good time." I said, "Well, I don't know how long I'll be out fishing because it's supposed to rain." And she says, "Well, be careful." I said, "Yes, ma'am." And out the door I went, guys. I love being around my wife. I tell you that right now. She's a blessing of a woman, I tell you. She's top notch. It's hard to beat that woman. We'll give it a few more casts, then we'll move upstream. I'm just going to try to pick this little area apart here. Remember, guys, when I was telling to you, I was mentioning it a few episodes ago, how to go about breaking down an area. So you work closest to you, and then you work across the way. So you have a fast seam right here, okay, and a slower seam on this side, and a slower seam on the other side. So what I like to do is I like to start in the slow seam closest to me, and then I go to the fast seam that's in the middle, and then I kind of work my way across. But the whole time creating no drag on the fly, and I'm letting it drift all the way past me. So right here it's even with me. I'm letting it drift all the way past me, so that if something was chasing that and I didn't see it, it gets back there. As long as you're not gonna get into harm's way where you're gonna start catching stuff like trees and stuff like that, then it's probably one of the better ways to do it, because then it's called water loading. And you see I moved up 5 or 6 feet. Now I'm back over here in the closest to the bank side, and then I'll just slowly pick myself over there to the middle again, fishing different sections as I go. Just all the way across, move up 5 to 10 feet, and then all the way across again. What it does is it helps me be thorough, but it also shows me where these fish want to set up. So if I start getting bites in the fast seam, I'm gonna pretty much concentrate. I'll still fish the slower stuff too, but I'm gonna do more cast in the quicker seam. Now we're gonna get out in that faster moving water here, see what happens. When you're in this lower section, kind of like this, you know, the real rapids are way up there. But back here, you do have that seams, and they like to sit up on those seams, you know, kind of near the faster water, but they do like that slower water because they don't nearly have to work as bad. And then when they're hungry, they just jet out there and eat whatever they see that they think's good eating, and then they jet back into that slower water and enjoy themselves a little while longer for the next meal to come down to them. These fish, I'm telling you, they're hands down some of the laziest fish you'll ever see. Everybody thinks, oh, they like the fast water. Yes, they do, but they like to have that slow water on the side of that fast water is where they like to sit the most. Oh, there we go, guys. We got us one. Oh, we got off. Oh, man. All right, let's try another one here. See if we... Oh, we got another one. Look at that. Right away. All right. All right. See if we can't get him in the net. Look at that. Oh, he's a fighter, I tell you. Oh man, gonna reel up some of my slack here. He is a fighter, buddy. Yeah. Come on in here, Mr. Rainbow. Oh, rainbow trout. Oh, rainbow trout. Come on in here, Mr. Rainbow. All right. Look at that. Okay. Let's see if we can get us a good picture of him. Let's go ahead and get us a good picture here. Hold on one momento, guys. Okay, guys. Looks like a nice one here. Looks like a real nice one. Take a look at it. I'll get him out of here. What do you think, guys? Huh? Not a bad looking fish, is it? Alright, let's go ahead and let him go. There he goes. Happy as a lark. Yeah, I catch some monsters, man. Some big ones in here. The largest one so far this year is about 24 inches. But I catch a 20-inch fish every week. If you want to fish it, you know. Like me, I've been fishing, like I said, catfish the last month or so. And stuff like that. Like I went out shark fishing this summer out of a kayak. Yeah. I go catfishing in the kayak.
Yeah, I do that. Get on up in there.
No, you go ahead, man.
Oh, nice.
I'm just come over here to talk at you.
I like the winter time here.
That's
catch and release. And
Yeah. That's when, dude. That's when you get your big ones.
That's when you catch the big
Yeah. It's not uncommon.
ones.
It's not uncommon to get 7-8 pounder out here.
Oh yeah, I've caught a couple of big ones in here.
Yeah.
I told the wife, I said that's why I had to pick this thing up, because when we come in the winter time, I want to learn how to fish it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll tell you some tricks. Okay.
Yeah.
You can fish with that bait right there, but they have another one called the squirmy worm. It's a little bit skinnier. Okay. And then try to keep your sinkers 6 inches away from your bait.
Down?
Yeah.
Take it down?
So keep it about right there.
Okay.
Okay. And you want to put them both there.
Together?
Yep.
Okay.
And then like
down.
this float that we're at right now, whatever depth it looks like, so that looks like about 3 feet, maybe 3.5 feet, right? You want to 1.5 times that with your
okay. So you want to bump it.
Right. So if it's 3 feet deep,
You want to go.
I'm fishing almost 5.
Yeah, I got you.
Right. So if you look like down there, shallow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm fishing
I see you got
all the way down here.
Yeah.
Yep. So when fly fishing, that's the cool thing is I use this for my sinker. Okay, is it's heavy.
Right.
It's heavy. Got a big bead on it, right?
Okay.
So it's super heavy. And this right here is only little tiny head on it, man. Barely got on there. So what that does, it sinks that thing, and this thing just flaps around behind it.
I got you.
But you see, like literally, if that was stretched out,
Oh yeah.
you know, down there is only like 2 foot deep. Well, that's 3 feet. So 1.5 times. That's the secret.
Okay.
Now I seen your cast, and that roll cast looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Right. And with these, with this being so small like this, if you're casting more than, honestly,
Yeah, you ain't got to cast.
you don't. Everybody thinks you do.
Yeah.
You know, oh, I got to cast from here to that rock. Why? Why? I catch more fish from here to there.
You see me.
From here to there.
I know where it's not running. It's swift. And
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get was right in there.
So if you can master a cast from there to there, now you got 2 different types of casts. I'm gonna show you. Okay, you got your overhand cast, which is like this, the traditional fly fish, right?
Right.
I don't even do that because I always tangle it.
Yeah.
And then you got your roll cast, which,
You flip it.
flip it out there like that, right? But then you got another one. It's called water load. Okay, you let it take it down, and when it pulls tight on your line,
Right.
like you'll see it. See how it starts to drag right there? You point your rod tip at it,
Add it, yeah, and then pull
and
it.
then just pick up and cast.
There you
Yep.
go. There you go.
All right, I better get that knot out of there
Go
now.
ahead, man. Get up in. Me and the dude from him, that's why. Oh, wait. Oh, my thing. Hello? Hold on. Hello? I want Taco Bell. Y'all need Taco Bell? There's one in 54. Where you coming from? Sevierville, right? Huh? I don't care what you use. I want two of them. Fries. Alright. So get on the daggone phone, then you don't catch one.
I told you I was gonna get one. I ain't joking when I say this is the fly, buddy.
You get the purple one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's hands down the best fly you can use around here. Take a look at that guy. All right, let's get it. There he goes.
Yep.
Yeah, hands down the best fly you can use around here.
Barber hook.
I do. You see it just fall right out. It just sometimes it gets in the meaty part of the mouth,
Yeah.
and I have to take my forceps out just to
Oh yeah.
get it out of that meaty part because it's sunk in us so good. But
Yep.
yeah, for the most part, yeah, I tie all barbless hooks unless I'm fishing for like ocean fish, and then I'll tie myself up some that's got barbs on it. I'm gonna get down here. It was good meeting you.
My name's Jeff.
Jeff, nice to meet you, Jeff. Yeah, hey, if you ever go on YouTube, look me up.
All right, what's your name?
My name's Ron.
Okay.
The Sergeant Ron is what I go by because I was a Marine.